Welcome to Fairy Flow with Unico, where we create soft and abundant lives together. If you're ready to live soft, create generational wealth, and flow into your highest self, then you have came to the right place. We hear all the time that if you want to build wealth, then you have to sacrifice. But no one really tells you what that means, and they don't tell you what it shouldn't mean, I personally set out to build generational wealth, but the one thing that I refused to sacrifice was time and presence with my kids, or so I thought. When I became pregnant with my first child, I knew then that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I didn't want to sacrifice time and presence with my child. I did not want to miss out on any milestones when it came to my child for the name of money. So I did what I had to do in order to set myself up to be a stay-at-home mom and build wealth. Or so I thought. I literally thought I was doing my big one, from using community resources to budgeting, investing, and even savings. But then it hit me one day out of nowhere how I wasn't really doing what I was doing the way I thought I was doing it, right? Because in the midst of me creating generational wealth and not sacrificing time with my children, you know what I did sacrifice? I sacrificed taking my children out in order to have money to save and invest, right? Which also made me sacrifice a huge part of myself in motherhood, always being burnt out. Because why? I kept my kids home all the time. Because I kept my kids home all the time, there was always more work for me to do around the house, right? And then I realized that my kids were really missing out on life. I'm real big on experiences. Yes, I kind of gave myself a little bit of grace because my kids were very young. But I'm real big on my kids experiencing life, so that way when they do get the money, they know what to do with the money, And most importantly, I lost my joy along my journey, right? When we hear the term sacrifice, we often believe that we have to give up the things, places, and people that we love and we genuinely enjoy in order to reach our goals. But what if I told y'all that more often than not, the sacrifices isn't external, but rather internal? And what I mean by internal are things like limiting beliefs, right? I have to struggle in order to be successful. Who told you that? Why did they tell you that, right? Or fear-based self-worth. Like, if I'm not hustling and I'm not grinding, then I'm failing. Or unhealthy habits like doom scrolling, trying to make the perfect plan, analysis paralysis, and never putting forth the effort to implement anything. And also release or sacrifice control and perfectionism. We get so caught up in what we're doing and how we're doing that we literally take ourselves out of the present moment, right? And I can relate to all of this. I'm a Virgo, so perfectionism is my middle name, right? So with that being said, y'all, I literally had to sacrifice the part of me that believed that joy was a reward and not a part of the process. And if truth is being told, the moment I realized that generational wealth wasn't just about money, that's when things began to change for me, internally, externally, and it changed rather quickly, if I'm really being 100% honest, right? I realized that generational wealth also includes emotional wealth. It also includes my daughters seeing me exist as a woman and not just as a mother. And this is really important because society already tells women in general that we really don't have much worth. And we lose all of that when we become a mother. So my daughters need to see, like, hey, My mom was a good mom, but she was one hell of a woman too, right? And my son also needs to see his mother being more than just a mother, because unpopular opinion, I would be damned if I raise my son to sit up here and watch me do what I do and then turn around and expect his woman to do everything that I do because I did it. Like, no, boy, I am your mother, not your wife. Your wife is your wife and not your mother. Our roles are completely different. But anyways, that's another subject for another day. And also too, financial literacy is important, right? You have to learn how to have money and not just save money, because if we're being honest, money is literally a currency. And if you're just saving money and saving money and saving money, you're just holding on to stagnant energy, again, which is another video for another day. So yeah, if I personally, as the mother, as the matriarch, do not model joy and presence, what legacy am I really leaving behind for my children? Because something we talk about is legacy, but do people even really know what legacy is, right? No, I'm pretty sure they don't. Anyways, so moving forward, no, I will not, absolutely not, sacrifice my joy. I will not sacrifice me and my children experiencing life. But you know what I will sacrifice? I will sacrifice fear, because fear is really non-existent, right? I will sacrifice lack. I will sacrifice anything that no longer serves my highest good or my kids' highest good. And even serving my kids' highest good comes with a limit. But again, another video for another day. And that's what real wealth genuinely is. So I ask y'all, what are you sacrificing in order to reach your goals? And are those sacrifices really aligned with the goals you are trying to reach or the lifestyle that you are trying to create? And I really want y'all to sit with that question before y'all automatically answer it, right? Really think about it. And when you think about it and you come up with your answers, if it's not aligned with your lifestyle, remember, it's okay to replan, to revamp, to reconsider, to start over, to make any tweaks and changes that you need to make, right? Nothing in life is permanent. The only thing that's consistent in life is change. And if you are making the sacrifices that align with your goals, then congratulations to you, my friend. You are on the right path, and I am absolutely proud of you. And if you're not on the right path, I am still proud of you, because guess what? You took time to sit down with yourself and reconsider and do what's needed in order to get on the right path. And that also takes a lot of strength and courage and sacrifice. So yeah, thank you guys for flowing with me today. If you're ready to keep building a soft, abundant life, please like and subscribe to my channel, as well as check the link out down below and download my free guide on how to create a soft life. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of y'all day.